Hello and aloha my friends, I'm Ovi from Ovi XSD. Last time I showed you how to convert a PDF design into a XD file type so you can stitch easily in your favorite app. This time I'm going to break a record regarding PDF to XD conversion, and I'm telling you that I found a new solution so you will be able to convert any PDF chart into XD format. Well, maybe not any PDF, but almost. Don't forget to check out this video's description for useful links I used in this tutorial. If you're new on my YouTube channel, I would appreciate if you hit the subscribe button and the bell too in order to receive notifications when the new video is posted. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up and leave a comment if you have something to say. No comment is being left without a response from me. Many of you like to stitch using your phone or your tablet, PC or laptop. Some of the apps you use when stitching don't use simple PDFs. They require a special format, the XD format. XD format comes from Hobbyware's Pattern Maker for cross-stitch. Pattern Maker for cross-stitch is one of the most used software for converting image files into cross-stitch patterns. In my first video, actually in the very first version of my first video, I showed you how to convert a PDF file into a XD file. I even made an offer for those of you who don't have time to do the conversion or don't have the skills or the software I used for the conversion. I retracted my offer and modified the video because I didn't realize for a single second I am trespassing the copyrighted area. Even though my intentions were only to help those of you who wanted to obtain so bad the XD version of a PDF chart, I received a lot of bad messages from different people who thought I'm going to store your PDFs or resell the PDFs you send me for conversion. It's true that sending PDFs it's not legal because the PDF contains the intellectual work of the original creator, and almost all of the bigger creators prohibited you to modify their work. But my tutorial was destined only for your personal use. It's true that following my tutorial, you do bring modifications to copyrighted work. But let's be honest here, would you ever thought to resell PDFs you bought? Would you buy some big company chart PDFs sold on Facebook by shady people or any people, or would you buy PDFs sold in a group and not from the original creator's website? I didn't thought about the dark side of the PDF to XD conversion, and that's why I closed my service and reject all of you who contacted me in helping to transform heaven and earth design PDFs. Some of you told me, but I also discovered that some PDFs couldn't be converted to XD file format because the original creators of that PDF chart use several different fonts in the chart. Well, don't be sad. I found a workaround for that problem, so I can promise you that you could transform almost 90% of PDFs into XD file you want so bad in your stitching app. You know PDF charts contains different symbols. Every symbol has a corresponding DMC code. If you followed my previous video tutorial, in one of the steps you had to import the TXT file containing the symbols and DMC codes used in the chart into Virtualstitch, and you got a warning that your pattern has duplicated symbols. You asked yourself, how is that possible, since you could see in the PDF that there were no duplicate symbols at all? Well, let me try and explain that to you. The fonts we know and use, like Arial, Times New Roman, Verdana, XSD 2 or XSD 3 or any other font, are based on the Unicode characters. Imagine that the Unicode characters are like the bones of a skeleton. So all the fonts we know are based on the exact same skeleton, but every skeleton must have muscles and skin, and that's how Arial and Verdana and Times New Roman showed up. These names are the skin and muscles put on the Unicode skeleton. I don't know if it makes any sense to you, but if you were to have a big magnifying glass and take a look under the hood of the Verdana font, for example, you would see there the Unicode characters. That means that the sandglass, for example, which is a symbol from XSD 2 font, is based on the exactly same Unicode character that letter Q from Times New Roman font is based? Well, this is a stupid example, but you got the idea. Wikipedia says there are over 137,000 Unicode characters. This is great news, don't be shocked. Virtualstitch uses Unicode characters, and when several fonts are used in a chart, Virtualstitch warns you that he discovered some duplicated symbols, and it's perfectly normal to warn you. It's not okay, but this is great news because I'm going to show you how to solve the duplicate symbols problem. So the software we are using today is Microsoft Windows as an operating system, Notepad, comes with every Windows and is installed already by default. Microsoft Office, Word and Excel, these are not for free but commercial, see the video description, Adobe Reader, the free version, Virtualstitch, free software, Pattern Maker for cross-stitch, a commercial Windows application. You should start by verifying if you have installed the software mentioned earlier and proceed to install them in order to succeed following this tutorial. For better understanding, I'm going to use a small chart where I have 6 symbols in total, but 2 of them are duplicates. As you can see, all of my symbols are different. But 2 of them are duplicates when transforming them to Unicode characters. I remind you, we don't see their Unicode form now, that's why they are all different and there are no duplicates. I divided the tutorial in numbered steps so you could follow easily. Step 1. Open online2pdf.com website, load your PDF chart by selecting Files, click the wand icon, select only the page or the pages containing the symbols and the DMC codes. In my case it's page 2, only page 2. Click Done. In the Convert to field, please select Excel, then Convert. Save this file on the desktop as key. Open the recent exported key file in Microsoft Excel. Enable editing if this little yellow bar shows up and see if you have to rearrange this file or you can just use it as I previously showed you. You have to see if all the columns are there. In this case, you can easily see all the columns are okay. If not, you can just copy every column you need in a separate sheet. So we will need the symbol column, copy and paste in another sheet. We need the DMC code number, select it and copy and paste it in the next column. We don't need the color name. You can easily see that these 2 DMC codes and these two DMC codes have the same symbol, have the same Unicode symbol. Well, this is the problem I was talking about. Don't be scared, it can be solved. Copy these 2 columns and paste it in a new unopened Notepad file. Save this file on your desktop and name it Key Unsure. The encoding would be Unicode and click Save. Step 3. Open Virtualstitch and load the Key Unsure file. You can easily see Virtualstitch warns us about the duplicate symbols. Every second duplicate is highlighted in red color. If you don't have duplicates, then continue the conversion as shown in my previous video and do not follow this tutorial. In this case, we can see I have 2 duplicates, symbol 9 and symbol 5, both shown in Unicode form. I will make a note regarding what symbols are duplicates by either making a print screen and pasting in a paint file and save it on the desktop, or note them on a paper. Close Virtualstitch for now. Step 4. Open Microsoft Word and let's make some adjustment in the settings area so it won't mess up your chart. Open a new document, go to File, then Options, then Proofing, then Autocorrect Options. In the Autocorrect tab, please uncheck all these little boxes. Click OK and OK again. Once you finished following this tutorial, you can undo these modifications you made earlier to Microsoft Word by checking those boxes again. Step 4. Also, you have to check if you have installed in your operating system, Windows in my case, the cross-stitch fonts. In Microsoft Fonts, scroll down and see if you have the cross-stitch 2 and cross-stitch 4 fonts. Cross-stitch 2, cross-stitch 4, cross-stitch 5, cross-stitch 3, cross-stitch 4, cross-stitch 5, cross-stitch 2, cross-stitch 3. Okay, if you already have installed Pattern Maker for cross-stitch from Hobbywares, then the fonts are already installed because Pattern Maker installs them. If not, you either install Pattern Maker, or if you are not able to install it, then quit following this tutorial, because without this application, you will not succeed the PDF to XD conversion. Step 6. Download and open the 300 Unicode unique characters I linked in this video description. Try and choose a Unicode character that you think it was not used in our key unsure file. Let's choose a weird one. Let's choose this. Select it from this field and copy and paste it in the key unsure file. Press Tab, write a random DMC code you think it's not used already in the design, choose another one, you have to choose as many Unicode characters as you have duplicate symbols. In my case, I have 2 duplicates, so I'm trying to see if these 2 Unicode characters are not already used in my chart. My list is very short, so you can see these 2 little symbols are not appearing anywhere else. But if you have a big chart with hundreds of symbols, it's very hard for you to check if it's not already used. Let's pretend my list is very long and I don't have time and I cannot check if my codes, my Unicode characters, are already used. Save this file as keytry, keep the Unicode encoding and click Save. Close it and open it in Virtualstitch. Keytry. As you can see, our Unicode characters are not being highlighted. This means they are not already used in the chart, so we can use it instead of these 2. If Virtualstitch warns you and highlights these rows you have just added, that means your Unicode character was previously used as this one too, so you have to find another one. Step 7. Open your PDF chart in Adobe Reader. In the same time, open a Microsoft Word empty and new document, but do not save it, do not rename it, just open it and make sure you have time for this next big and long step. Also, make sure your power does not die, cause since we do not save what we are doing, you might start over and over if that happens. Even though we changed earlier Microsoft Word settings, personally I'm afraid to save the document because Word tends to make a lot of adjustments to text. A lot. After you opened a new Microsoft Word file, start copying every page of your chart that you opened in Adobe Reader, but after every page you copy, press Enter key from your keyboard like 2 or 3 times so you could easily see some space between every copied page. This will help you to identify every page. I'm selecting my page, copy, and paste it with Ctrl V. I'm reducing the margins so my chart will fit in my screen. So if I would have a second page, I would press enter like several times. So I can see that this is page 1 and this is page 2. And so on. Page 3, page 4, page 5. I used the A4 page format and I minimized all the margins so my chart would fit the page. Warning! Sadly, I did encounter PDF charts that cannot be copied in a Word file. I mean, after I pasted a copied page, instead of seeing a normal chart page, I saw a lot of rows, messed up rows, and columns, and small rows. Everything was messed up. I don't know what the problem is, but if that happens to you, unfortunately you cannot continue this conversion. Step 8. As you can see, I managed to copy my chart page. In your case, all of your chart pages. Word preserved the visuals, so every symbol from the original PDF was copied in Word without transforming the symbols in Unicode characters as Excel or Notepad or Virtualstitch did. If you put your mouse in the right part of a symbol, you will see that Word will show you the font that symbol comes from. XSD 2 in this case, this is XSD 3, and so on. In my case, I have two duplicates because the 6 with the black dot is in fact the same Unicode character for the symbol 5 already used in my chart, this one. Also, my 9 symbol has the same Unicode as this character with 2 dots. If you remember, Virtualstitch warned us about 9 and 5. Since in my Word file I don't have time to identify which 9 is which, I will choose any 9 I see. So, locate a symbol 9 anywhere in the chart. Let's take this one. Note, this 9 symbol comes from XSD 3 font. Select this symbol and press Ctrl F so the find and replace function shows up. Click this little arrow, choose replace, and you see we have already our symbol here. Click more, click format, choose font, type here the symbol font, it was XSD 3. Now we are back in the window where we must paste the unused character we just chose and discovered via Virtualstitch. The characters are located at the end of the key try text. Let's pick this one, copy and paste. Check the match case box and click replace all. Yes. Okay, let's do the same thing for my other duplicate. In my case, I will choose the 6 with black thing. 6, it's from XSD 2. Let's do the same thing for my other duplicate. In my case, I will choose the black 6. Black 6 comes from XSD 2. Select it and copy, replace, paste, choose format, font, and choose XSD 2. XSD 2. You can see it now clearly. Okay. And let's replace with this character and click replace all. Okay. Okay, close. Having replaced all our duplicates, select all the pages from Word, Ctrl A, copy, and paste it in a new and unused Notepad file. Paste. Step 9. Save this file as Unicode, of course, and rename it Chart Unique. .txt. Save. In my case I have only one page, but in your case there will be several pages. So you will have to arrange this file so that Virtualstitch will recognize it. The golden rule you will have to follow when arranging this file is the first page should be the same without any blank row above, without any tab. Just paste it at the beginning. Between the first page and the next page you have to have 2 spaces by enter. This is one enter and this is the second enter. Then the next page should begin with a tab. After the second page you have to have another 2 enters, 1 enter, 2 enter, and here starts the third page with a tab. The fourth page has to have 2 enters, 1, 2, and this one should start here, tab, and so on. I think you got the idea. Then of course save it. Between every page there must be 2 single enter. Do not put blank lines using space key. After arranging this file as I showed you, you can proceed to Virtualstitch import and export, then Pattern Maker import and export as covered in my previous video. I link in this video description. That's it. Thank you for watching this video. If you have a question, write a comment below and I'll make sure you will receive an answer ASAP. Ciao!